Welcome! If you've clicked on this video, you're in for a treat. Take a few moments to immerse yourself in the story we're about to share. It's a journey worth experiencing. Hit that play button, grab a comfy seat, and let's embark on this adventure together. Here is a quick preview of our story. But there was something sinister about Noella. She would take her victims deep into the enchanted forest and give them a deadly kiss. After that, they would start to change into strange creatures with glowing eyes and twisted bodies that resembled the forest itself. One by one, the men began to vanish. Kofi, the blacksmith, was the first to go missing. His wife Amina searched for him everywhere but only heard his distant cries echoing through the trees, calling out her name in a scary tone. Now, let's dive into the main story. In a small, peaceful village on the edge of an ancient forest, an African community lived in harmony. They followed their traditional values and respected one another. The villagers woke up every morning to the sweet songs of birds and the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. Children played freely in the streets, laughing and chasing each other under the warm sun. But one day, a mysterious woman named Noella appeared in the village. Her skin was as dark as rich mahogany, and her eyes shone like stars on a clear night. She walked silently in and out of the village, leaving everyone wondering about her intentions. Her beauty was mesmerizing, and her presence seemed to draw people to her like a magnet. At first, no one suspected anything out of the ordinary about Noella. She would attend community gatherings and participate in traditional dances with grace and elegance. But as time passed, strange occurrences began to happen. Men who had spoken to Noella would start acting strangely, becoming distant and withdrawn from their families. Noella's beauty was not just captivating, it was also deadly. Her smile could charm anyone, and her voice was like music to the ears. The men of the village were drawn to her like moths to a flame, unaware of the danger that awaited them. It was as if she had magical powers, making every man she winked at fall deeply in love with her. But there was something sinister about Noella. She would take her victims deep into the enchanted forest and give them a deadly kiss. After that, they would start to change into strange creatures with glowing eyes and twisted bodies that resembled the forest itself. One by one, the men began to vanish. Kofi, the blacksmith, was the first to go missing. His wife Amina searched for him everywhere but only heard his distant cries echoing through the trees, calling out her name in a scary tone. Next was Adissa, the hunter, who followed Noella into the shadows of the forest and never returned. His children heard his voice whispering their names from deep within the woods. Panic spread throughout the village as more men disappeared without a trace, leaving behind loved ones who could hear their mournful calls at night. The villagers soon realized that strange creatures were lurking at the edge of the forest, humanoid beings with glowing eyes and twisted forms. These were once their loved ones who had fallen victim to Noella's dark magic. Fear gripped the village as wives lost their husbands and children lost their fathers. The villagers knew they had to act fast before it was too late. The wise elder Kofi gathered everyone together and told them an ancient legend about a seductive enchantress who preyed on men's hearts and consumed their souls. He urged them to confront Noella and break her curse. But be warned, Kofi said gravely, Noella's powers are strong, and we must be cautious not to fall under her spell. The villagers nodded seriously, deciding to stop Noella from doing bad things. With new bravery and working together, they went into the forest, ready to face what was coming. As they went deeper into the forest, the air felt strange and scary. The trees looked weird, with branches like bony fingers. Suddenly, a soft whisper came from the trees, "Welcome, villagers." It was Noella standing in front of them, surrounded by her army of changed creatures. She was still beautiful, but her eyes had a creepy glow. "You're fools," she laughed. "You think you can beat me? I've been alive for centuries, and my powers are beyond what you can imagine." The villagers stood strong against Noella's mean words by saying an old magic spell that Nana Kofi taught them. As they said it together, Noella's magic started to disappear, along with her army. Noella let out a very loud scream as she fell to the ground, showing her true form, a twisted evil spirit filled with darkness. When Noella's magic was gone, the forest changed. The twisted branches became normal again, and the dark shadows went away. The villagers celebrated for having beaten evil. With Noella's defeat, the curse was lifted. The transformed villagers regained their humanity, though the memory of their ordeal lingered. The village slowly began to heal, the forest no longer a place of dread. Noella's story became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of succumbing to temptation and the power of unity and courage. The village thrived once more, forever vigilant against the shadows that lurked at the edge of their world. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video and found value in the story, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, share it with your friends and family, and drop a comment below sharing the lessons you've learned from the story. Your engagement means the world to us and helps spread positivity and inspiration to even more viewers. Together, let's keep learning and growing. See you in the next video.